I'm very happy that Steve invited me to here tonight. We're happy to be here to support this cause. You know, we play all over the place all the time, and I've been doing this since I was 22. I'm 72 now. So we get to see this country a lot. And I got to tell you, this country has changed tremendously, particularly when it comes to the homeless and the people who need health care. And I was in Portland, and I was having lunch in a fancy restaurant with some fancy people. I saw this girl walking back and forth in front of the window of this restaurant. I thought she was waiting on somebody, but then I looked at her closely, and her face was dirty, and her hair was dirty, and she didn't have any shoes on, so I just walked outside. I excused myself, and I walked outside. I said, hey, what's the matter? And she said, I want to go home. I said, well, where do you live? She goes, I live 500 miles from you. I said, well, I'll buy you a plane ticket or a bus ticket, and you can go home. And she goes, they don't want me. I'm too much trouble to be in my parents' home. And I reached in my pocket, and I pulled out a couple hundreds, because I'm a very fortunate guy. And I said, here, why don't you take this? And this is what she said to me. She was about 19 years old. She goes, do I have to have sex with you for this money? Now think about that. Think about that. What if this was your kid, 19-year-old, pretty little girl, and that's what she's thinking because somebody's trying to help her a little bit. So anyway, she snatched that money out of my hand so quick, you guys couldn't have believed it. She took off running. And I can still see her dirty little feet running down the street. And she said, she looked over a corner and she goes, thank you, I don't know who you are, but thank you so much because now I can have dinner by myself. So I wrote this song called The Eyes of Portland, and here's the funny part. Portland got mad at me about it. Because I was just using Portland as the example of American towns, because our government, both sides, don't give a shit about these people. And so anyway, Portland took this song personal, and they should. As I saw through the eyes of Portland one day, there were so many homeless who had gone astray. They slept on the corners during the day. It's not to be harmed when the sun went away. Well, there were old ones, young ones, white ones and black. They were all shapes and sizes with rags on their backs. So many people mixed up in this stew with no place to go and nothing to do. All of these homeless, where do they come from? In this land of plenty, where nothing gets done to help those who are empty and unable to run. Your tears and prayers won't help the homeless. You see that on TV all the time. Some are mentally ill, some are higher than kites, selling their bodies as day turns to night. Where are their loved ones? Doesn't anyone care to be lost and alone in the middle of nowhere? All of these homeless, where do they come from? In this land of plenty, where nothing gets done to help those that are empty and unable to run. Your tears and prayers won't help the homeless. What will it take for this country to see? For the grace of God go they, and not you and me. The fallen and forgotten who are down on their knees, living here in the gutters, in the land of the free. All of these homeless, where do they come from? In this land of plenty, where nothing is done to help those that are empty and unable to run. Your tears and prayers won't help the homeless. Your tears and prayers